Alrighty, thanks for listening to or watching the Upland Down Under Podcast. Tonight's show is recording live on Thursday, the 18th of July at 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. On tonight's show, we catch up on the Upland market floors. Treasure Island has been sold. Wow. New legacy bundles announced. Disruptors are now live in Track Hero. We got Sparkly. No, Swali's take on that. Sparklet maintenance update is imminent. There's also an imminent UCN broadcasters meeting that I've got to get up at stupid AM for tomorrow morning, which might signify something. And I've got the main topic for tonight's show pegged as Upland is now fully licking the Cryptoad and getting into the crypto hype rhythm. We've got QIPS on asset overkill and official partnership roadblocks. And of course, we'll take a look at another Upland community member spotlight courtesy of the Dynamic Node Builders team. Tonight, we'll also be giving away at least 85,000 UPX, 5 map assets, and a Genesis Node Midtown Terrace property, which will take the 2024 giveaway tally to at least 1,390,000 UPX, 71 map assets, 3 vehicles, 2 properties, and a partridge in a pear tree. All that and more on this, the Upland Down Under podcast. And speaking of giveaways, we have an exciting new sponsor for the podcast. And you know what that means? More awesome stuff that I can give away and you can win. So let me bring that up now. Here we go. So for tonight and the next 3 shows, we are stoked to be featuring Wanderer 1976 and his Neo Decor showrooms and factories, Upland Metaventure. If you want to spruce up your Upland properties with some awesome virtual goods, you're in for a treat. From beach sunbeds to basketball backboards, Wanderer 1976 has it all to make your property stand out. Wander on in and grab a bargain at one of his showrooms located in LA, Queens, Chicago, Oakland, Birmingham, and Berlin. For a sneak peek at his 3D virtual presentation, check out his gallery on spatial.io. And if you want to chat directly with him, reach out in the Upland in-game chat at Wanderer 1976. And that's not the only one. Let me bring the other one up because that one looks pretty good too. So yes, what are you waiting for? Add a little uniqueness to your properties with Neo Decor showrooms and factories, your one-stop shop for all things virtual in Upland. As always, all sponsor links are in the description, and a bit later in the show, you'll get the details on how you can go into the running to get the first lot of those, care of Wanderer 1976. If you've been following my tattoo adventures on Twitter, you would know that 1976 is a pretty good year for me too. Right, let me get out of there and go back here. And I believe before Buellerman slaps me, we better do the disclaimer.
Warning, this podcast is produced by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment, contains unsolicited and heavily biased opinions which are solely the views of the individuals involved.
Yes, if you're wondering how you can take part in the live streaming of this podcast, I dropped the link to the live stream in the NBA server Thursday nights at about 6:45 p.m. AEST. And you can, of course, keep your eyes out on the associated YouTube feed. No more X live streams because apparently Elon Musk doesn't have enough money, and that's now all behind a premium subscription paywall. All right, with that being said, let's get stuck in the Breaking Badly news and take a look at what's currently happening in the Upland markets, if I can ever find the picture in amongst all this mess. All right. What do we got going on? 90-day averages, slip sliding away still. Transaction volume down another 3.2%. Trading volume down another 1.8%. Unique active wallets over the 7 days down 14.2%. Was just under 61,000 last week. Now we're 53,390. We've had 2,036 properties minted through the week, and there are 35 less properties for sale in USD than there was this time last week. Floor markup percentage, UPX and USD. What do we got the lowest? I should put it in so it marks the lowest. Make it easy for myself. 82% in Dallas for UPX, 80% in Kansas, 76% in London. Wow, for UPX. 77% in Nashville, 79% in Oakland, 76% in Queens. Interesting. All across the board. Look at that. And in USD, what do we got? What's the lowest? 25, heaps of 26s, 30s. 25's the lowest, and that is in Detroit. What's London doing? 23%. Wow. What's Tokyo doing? 26%. Mamma mia. San Francisco, 53%, trying to hold in there.
But Los Angeles is up a bit, no? It was 23 last week. So it's
Where did I miss that?
not only down.
Oh, good on you. You remembered. Yeah, 23 last week.
And no, I
26.
take a look at the table from last show. I don't remember it.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you can do that for me. Thank you. So yeah, bit all over the shop. All right, what else actually happening in the city markets themselves? Any big double digits? Berlin down 5.5% on the UPX and down 12.4% on the USD. Was 685 last week, down to 6. Bronx down 12.5% on the USD. Was $4, now back to 350. Buenos Aires was off the $3 floor, now probably back on it, although it might be a buggy one there. There's 700,000 of those on that particular floor. Las Vegas down on both the UPX and the USD was 10,600, now down 5.7% and under 10,000 was $3.39, down 11.5% to $3. What's on the flip side? Some positive news. Miami was $5 last week, up 12% to $5.60. Oakland on the UPX was 7,999, up 12.1% now to 8,970. And Rio's up 10% on the UPX. Sao Paulo down a whopping 44.6%. I wonder that might be a bug one there. I don't know. And what else have we got? South Lake Tahoe bucking the trend on the USD side was $5 up 24% to $6.20. And Tokyo, yeah, down a whopping 15%, was $4.75, now $4. And that's currently the worst spot to buy for UPX and sell for USD. Best spot at present is Sao Paulo, but yes, you got to really be careful of the markup percentages and whatnot that you play around with there. If you didn't catch the chat that I did with Mesme on the weekend, definitely go back and check that one out, especially if you're somebody who's looking to either buy for UPX and sell for USD or buy for USD and sell for UPX. Her take on that was really insightful. Lots of good positive feedback on that, the way she goes about it. Pretty cool. Now, I will say from the get-go, Swali's not feeling the best, but I will throw it out to you. How are you this evening, Swally man?
Not too bad, mate. A little bit gruntled, a little bit disgruntled, but we'll get there.
Nice. All right, mate. All right, so we're going to race through it tonight. Oh, I should say that there is we played around with a live participants thing last week. It kind of worked, didn't work. So I'm going to try a new one this week. Let me see. Swally helped me test this out beforehand. I think this might be the right one here. No, that's the wrong one. It is this one. So I will throw the link to this in the description in the StreamYard. And then, Swally, if you could please, after I drop that, could you sling that over to the YouTubes as well? Pretty easy. Click the link, come over to here, and just have to let us know what your Upland in-game name is. Make sure you get it right, otherwise I won't be able to deliver your prize. And what is tonight's entry hashtag? If you're wondering what that is, it is Cryptoad. Cryptoad. Doesn't really matter if you don't get the spelling 100% right on that. And before I forget, I can't copy and paste on there. Damn. All right, I'll have to give you the big long bloody one, and hopefully that works. Or Swally, do you still have the one that I dropped you in the DM? See if that one works. That'll save me doing some last minute panicking and shenanigans. All right, let's get back. Where are we up to? Not there. Back here. So yeah, we'll try that out and see how it goes. And I've got a double wheel spinner. I was inspired by D-Tech. We'll give that a run tonight, see how we go as well. All right, so what's been making the news this week in Upland, general kind of sort of news and information? Well, probably one of the biggest things, of course, is that Treasure Island has been sold. Nope, wasn't me, despite the tweets that I put out. Wasn't Swally, wasn't Buellerman. Anybody in chat? Anybody have a lead on there? Heard any rumors, Buellerman?
No, it wasn't me. That's clear.
Wasn't me. Laban reckons maybe Elon Musk bought it. No, that'd be cool. Yes, no, it's definitely a big one though. Let me pull that up because we kind of had a look at that last week, didn't we? What did we say it was? About 20 ETH worth. That is a lot of coin. I'm just going to bring up a random one and then I can jump over. It's really weird how StreamYard makes it so hard to see what you're going to click on. So yes, Upland has said huge congratulations to Upland's newest full neighborhood owner. Very good. Now, we did, of course, that means this is the old neighborhood bundles. The first announcement we got about that, Queensridge, Las Vegas was sold. We did find out who bought that up just, I think I was in the chat with Mesme and Laban give me the heads up just after Mesme and I got done talking. I forget off the top of my head, but it was a very crypto-related name. Has anybody got any more information about what might be going on there? All I heard was the name. It didn't really trigger anything else for me. Nope. Crickets for days. Let me just pull it up. Let's see if there's anything going on over there. Let's have a look here. Let's zoom on over. So Queensridge is here. We checked that out. Now, did they all get minted? They did. Holy moly, look at that. Yeah, Crypto Land 21.
They weren't minted. They got them dropped.
Dropped straight to 59 million UPX. Interesting. Crypto Land 21. Let's do a bit of quick snooping. You didn't have any more information about what was going on there?
Nope.
Yep. All right, let's have a look. Crypto Land 21. Well, there you go. Look, members since October 30th, 2021. So been around for a while. Been around for a while. Neighborhood chart. No, progress chart. That's what I want. Look at that for a graph. Wow. So that's hilarious. Let me get out of there. Let me get out of that. Look at that. So one property for ages, then 30, then bumped up 52 properties from, what's that, February 2022, basically for almost 2 years. And then, yeah, the big whoopo spike at the end. Huh. That is interesting.
He got 4 drops before Las Vegas: Bermuda, Los Angeles, Kansas, and Arlington. 30K and 12K, 15K. So maybe he bought another pack from the smaller ones for UC. And then 900 plus drops in Las Vegas.
Cool. All right, let's do a bit more snooping. Let's see if we got a Block Explorers, Green Rabbit, Cobalt, Gear Grazer. So they're all fairly new. No Director Block Explorer. Huh. All right, well, good on them. Good on them. Let's wait and see what happens there, eh? But yes, Treasure Island. And yeah, that was a weird thing through the week. I just kept getting zoinked into Treasure Island. I wonder if that was related somehow with that purchase going through. On more than one occasion, my Block Explorer was over here and I was locked in there. It was bouncing. It was kind of going out into the ocean a little bit and then it was bouncing back. I could send back to San Francisco, but I'd go away and do something else for an hour and I'd come back and I was back over there. Like, what the bloody hell's going on? It's like Deadly Omens trying to get me to go over and dust off the ETH bag, like I said on Twitter.
Like you're heading over to jail.
Well, that's what I thought when I first saw it. I was like, hang on, what's going on here? But yeah, different island. Yeah, I've been saying for years and years.
Watching you.
We're all destined to end up on this one at some stage, whether by true guilt or via association. Wouldn't surprise me in the least. So, yeah. And here, good on you, whoever you are, mystery buyer. I'm sure we'll find out pretty soon. All right, we also did have the announcement that new legacy bundles are they out and about yet? Or they're definitely on the way. Lisette said, we're pleased to announce the introduction of two new legacy bundles to the Upland store. Now, I did have a good laugh. Swally and Elslack's podcast, I was listening to that the other day when I was moving some rocks around, and Swally was kind of ribbing me for not having a clue what I'm talking about till I get it up and running, which is definitely my style. Speaking of which, I don't know what the hell I'm doing with all these tabs open. So let's do this one. Sorry about all the bouncing backwards and forwards. 2 new legacy bundles coming to the Upland store. Legacy bundles. Okay, that sounds fancy. Pleased to announce the introduction of 2 legacy bundles. Okay, so these are in contrast to the starter bundles. All right, legacy bundles. As a reminder, legacy properties refer to those that have been part of the Upland landscape for a considerable period but remain unminted. So would these be like, Swally, I know you were talking with Elslack about some of those massive properties that you would need if you wanted to put the Gigafactory on it. I wonder if these is part of that.
Well, it depends on the city, but probably not because they're so expensive. I wouldn't think they'd have something in one of these packages.
Might not match in with the logistics of it. All right. Well, what do you actually get? These special curated property bundles will become available in the extra tab over the coming days with no registration required. Yeah. All right. Let's have a look here.
They are
there?
already there.
Already there. Yep. Starter bundle, plus bundle, premium bundle. Ooh, not for me. Or is that what it means? Premium bundle.
Yeah. But they are sold, some of them. And you can get the Brandenburger Tor in Berlin. But I won't spend money for it.
Oh yeah, must be these ones, are they? $460. Whoa. All right. Not that one. This one. That's weird. Legacy bundles, advanced bundles. The advanced bundle provides an opportunity to acquire 3 properties at a discounted mint price. Is that all in the same city? That would be helpful if you're trying to get just the generic city collection. This bundle includes a 10% chance of receiving an extra large, there you go, high value property and a chance to obtain one of 5 exclusive train terminals. Wow. Okay. I mean, if you jag one of those, that'd be pretty good. 5 out of 500. So your odds aren't real good there. Buenos Aires, Sao Paulo, Heathrow, and Berlin. But yeah, that's interesting there. Extra large. So what is that? What can we mint up to 5,000 UPX, can't we? Although I think it was Rio or Sao Paulo, one of those ones, there was some massive ones you were able to purchase there or mint. Pro bundle. The Pro bundle offers similar benefits, higher potential for premium acquisitions. This bundle includes 3 properties. Again, doesn't say if they're going to be in a specific city. And then you get a chance at a landmark. Okay, $120. I don't know. Yep. Too rich for me. What about anybody else in chat? We got... and yeah, did that Google form, did that go through?
Yeah, there's a typo, or what is a hashtag? I think there's a...
I did that in a big rush, so yeah, hashtag.
Hashtag.
All right, I'll fix that up. All right. I'm on the nod tonight too. So yes, that looked pretty interesting. Now, another thing that they put is the disruptors. If you didn't check it out yet, yeah, go and check out Elslack and Swally's. Then what is it? The Neutral Zone. Their podcast they just did. Swally Track Heroes. We talked about this before we got kicked off. I was absolutely loving listening to you and Elslack trying to play that freaking game. Anything to add? Yeah. Well, what's your consensus?
Sorry. Frustrating.
Right.
Frustrating.
Yeah, it sounded like it. I said before we got kicked off, listening to you play that was good news for me. It meant that I don't have to go over and try it because as frustrated as you were, I know how short,
Look,
I don't know if short-tempered is the right word, but short attention span I can be with those sorts of things.
It was better than I expected it to be in sense of like just the playing of it and stuff. It was just the jumping. The jumping was over the obstacles and stuff was just, I couldn't get the timing right. And half my problem was I'm so used to playing games that I keep hitting W to move forward but that just stopped all the other buttons from working. So I was just like, yeah, it's not for me.
Yes. Yeah. But it did seem like you were having a little bit of fun. It was just that, I guess, some of the what did else like say? He was complaining about the hitboxes, and you were. It seemed your biggest gripe was like
The same thing.
a delay in the controls or something.
No, well, the
Lag in
delay
the
in the
controls?
control was caused by pushing W. Like I'm thinking, like back when I'm playing the shooter games and stuff, I'm thinking that I need to press W to go forward, and therefore when I hit jump, it just wasn't working. So once I figured that out, when I remembered to not press the W button, because I still kept doing it, just out of muscle memory, then I'd figure out that the hitbox for the jumps were just horrible, and I was like, yeah, this game's not for me.
Hitboxes are a problem in Upland Racing too, because you need to leave space for two other cars to get in front or right behind in a car.
Yeah, it was interesting when I was listening. It sent me back to my old game development days myself, where I used to take part in a lot of game jams, and you'd race, whether it be 24 hours or 48 hours or whatever it was, the time frame to put the game together. And there was a lot of YouTubers that would cover all of the entries. And my gosh, as a developer, that was so frustrating to see them try and play your game. And I'm like, dude, you didn't read the instructions. All you had to do was read the there's like 3 control instructions that you didn't read, and you could see them getting more and more frustrated with the game. And they're like, God damn it. And then right when they're at the end, they finally work it out, and they're like, oh, this isn't too bad after all. I'm like, you just spent like 10 minutes whinging about it. So, yeah, easy to do. Just catching up on chat. Can't share URL links in the YouTube chat. Really? Well, that is weird. So people in the YouTubes can't do it. So how are we going to work around that one? What do we do there?
So you can't copy and paste it from YouTube.
Well, they're saying that it's not showing up. Can't share URL links in the YouTube chat. That's weird. I thought you could.
Oh, it's when I pasted it, I put it in there twice, and they're both showing for me at least. But I obviously can't see everyone else's.
What I'll do, thanks for the heads up on that, Levan. What I'll do is I'll share it in the contest channel within the NBA server, and I'll also spam it out on X. So you should see that's now in the contest channel, and I'll quickly put that on X. Live participants. All right. Well, I thought we had a new way to do this. Well, apparently that's not going to work either. But it is what it is for tonight. The one on X is funny because anybody can bloody put that in. That'll be good. But they won't know. There you go. The people on X, they won't know the hashtag. Which, if you are a live participant, the hashtag that you need to put in there is Cryptoad. Cryptoad. All right. We'll work out how to do that one of these days. All right. And the other news, of course, was that Lisette put another thing out about the Sparklet update at approximately 6 a.m. PT Thursday, which is super duper early. Tomorrow morning, our time. Sparklet utility will be disabled as we perform some back-end updates. They expect this to last for approximately 3 hours. As with the last update affecting Sparklet construction, manufacturing, yada, yada, will be paused. All right. So that could signify that there's some movement at the station as far as all things Sparklet. Something else that could signify that is the UCN broadcasters meeting. The UCN broadcasters, of which I am one, have been called to a meeting at 4 a.m. tomorrow my time. So hopefully I can get to bed at least a decent hour tonight and get a few hours sleep before that wakes me up. So expect some big news to start filtering out from the Upland broadcasters after tomorrow's meeting. If you remember back to the last one that we had, we got the heads up to start preparing content for the release of the first Sparklet airdrop campaign. So it would not surprise me if that is somehow tied in with airdrop campaign 2, or who knows? It could be something completely different. Totems 2, who knows? Have to wait and see.
Maybe the next city release we can speculate about a bit later in the show.
Well, you can do that now if you wanted to. They don't usually call UCN broadcaster meetings for, like, is a new city release a generic thing? I guess it kind of is. It's usually for something
Maybe
important.
something with the Olympic Games. We discussed it in the German Discord channel because they first added a city, Saint-Denis. I don't know how to spell it right in French, where the Olympic Stadium is located. City ID 92. Then they added to the API City ID 91 for Paris. We just thought maybe they only released the stadium and put some mini games in. It would be nice to have something like these summer or winter games from 35, 40 years ago. For me, the graphics from this time would be full okay too. It would be nice. Would raise memories.
Yeah.
So I think there is something in Paris definitively coming, and so
well,
the
Paris
question
is
what?
Paris is 100% coming. They said so at
Yeah.
G Week, so it's just a matter of
but they
of
don't
when.
say it will be a classic city release. They can just release the stadium and say, hey, you can play
Well,
games too, or do something special like Lusail for the men's FIFA Cup or something like this.
if we're going to speculate what this meeting might be about, maybe it's about what you can and can't say about the Olympics during the Olympics with Paris being released.
The last time they said they gave us some information that we were told you're not allowed to talk about, that didn't go real well. It got leaked almost immediately. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. Yeah, I like the discussion that you and Elslack again had about that, where the legal loophole, the ramifications. We've actually got a QIPS coming up that kind of touches on that. And we kind of talked about that, maybe it was 2 weeks ago, where they're really cutting it fine time-wise if they're going to do something. Yeah, I would be very surprised if there's anything official. It'd be nice, but yeah. I would guess, based on some of the other stuff, which we'll talk about here in a second, I would guess it's something to do with airdrop campaign number 2. It's probably...
Yeah, that's what... that was my first thoughts, yeah.
I would say the mechanics of that, because they're probably the mechanics of airdrop number 2 is different to number 1. There's probably some explanation in there that's going to need to be had. And for the people, I can see 6week6, you've just dropped the hashtag in the comments for the YouTube. That's not going to fly this time. There is a Google form you need to fill out. I worked out, I edited that into the description of this video as well. So if you expand the description for this on the YouTube, there's a link there now. It says live participants. You can click that. It's also available. The link to that is in the contest channel of the NBA server, and I also tweeted it on X. So yes, we'll have to wait and see on that one. Yeah, I'll be getting up, like I said, I'll be getting up at 3:30 a.m. to get ready for that at 4, and then straight after that, I start the mad rush to go to work for Friday. So probably, if there's anything significant, I'll try and give a heads up in the NBA server. Other than that, I'm sure probably Too Stupid and Thank Me Later will cover it on their show later on, and then Cheese has got her show on Saturday, and a few of the other, YK 2012, they'll be all over it. If I can get some time over the weekend, I'll put my spin on it. If there's enough juice left in the squeeze, we'll see how we go. So yes, just Buellerman reminded me to remind you as well, the live participants wheel, I've spammed that link here, there and everywhere, as I just said, and the hashtag is Cryptoad. Cryptoad. Well, why am I talking about Cryptoad? Well, that's what I've got as the main topic for the show. And if you check the thumbnail that I was giggling along to when I made it this afternoon, having a good old laugh to myself, Upland is now fully licking the Cryptoad. What the hell do I mean by that? Well, Upland is really getting into the crypto rhythm now, starting to hype up announcements before they become announcements about announcements. And then, of course, after that, they finally become announcements. So what the hell am I bloody talking about? Well, I managed to find a graph. I managed to find a few things. Let me just pull this up because it's easy to jump around. This tab instead. So Upland recently tweeted, when was this? It was this morning, actually, when I replied to it. So they tweeted this, we'll be back before you know it. They've shared the image from the airdrop campaign too. We did talk about that last week. We looked at it and we were kind of speculating what the different colored gems mean, blah, blah, blah. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, this is, I saw this in the morning and I thought, oh, you beauty, here's the info. I'll have a look at that when I get ready for work and I've got some time. So I got ready for work, sat down. Okay, let me click on this thing and read what the details are going to be. I was like, hang on, wait a minute. What the frig is this? It's just, it's not even an announcement about an announcement. I don't know. What do you describe this as? It's just pure hype, isn't it?
Maybe someone discovered, hey, we didn't post anything in the last 8 hours, so maybe we just post something to have something posted.
Maybe.
Just a tease.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just hype. So why do I say it's kind of crypto? Well, I had a bit of a chat with ChatGPT and I kind of got it to give us a synopsis of what that kind of whole thing means. And it spat this out. It said, during the wild 2017 to 2018 cryptocurrency bull market, many projects mastered the art of announcing announcements. This bizarre practice became a staple of the crypto world, where projects would tease an upcoming revelation only to later reveal another teaser. The community eagerly awaited these meta announcements, causing prices to skyrocket on the mere promise of news. It was a time when hype ruled the markets, and every whisper of a future announcement could turn a modest project into an overnight sensation. In this era of speculation, the real currency wasn't Bitcoin or Ethereum; it was the power of suspense. I was fully on board with that whole hype cycle, and I made a killing on, I think it was Neo at the time. There was some wild speculation and it's kind of an announcement announcing about an announcement. Same with Tron. Tron was famous for that. I made a boatload on that. Yeah, pretty funny stuff. So, and then if you check that out yourself, there's all these fancy graphs. There's a graph here. If you, well, I was going to say if you're listening on the Spotify, but now the Spotify is video too, so you can watch along too. So we've got a graph here with time against expectations. We have some kind of innovation trigger or some kind of like that thing on X that Upland just put out, some bit of information. The expectations go through the roof. That kind of dies down into the trough of delusionment. And then there's the slope of enlightenment once you get the actual information, and then plateau of productivity. So that was kind of my whole take on the thing. I thought it was quite comical myself. I don't know. Did anybody else fall into that trap where you thought, hang on, here we go, and then only to find out that it was just it was a nothing? No. Yeah. Bizarre one. How about you, Bueller Man? Were you all about that? Were you back in the day with the hype cycles?
Yeah, I think things. I just read it and thought, okay, I need to check the web page from the airdrop to see, hey, they just copied the picture from there.
Yeah, that's literally all it was.
Yeah, I then just say, okay, calm down. It is Upland. You will hear something when we are at the right time, and just stay calm.
Stay calm. Yes, don't get too excited. Yeah, I'm just checking out the airdrop page now just to see if there's any extra stuff put on, but now it's just the same thing we looked at.
Yeah,
last
they
week,
disabled functionality. If for a week or two ago, you can sign in with your X account to see your multiplier and all this stuff. This is disabled, so it's only the informations and only a link to just join Upland or register. So maybe they use it to attract new players from their cryptoverse to say, hey, there's an airdrop coming. You need to register for the game before.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny. I don't like I said, I don't know if it's a good thing. I don't know if it's a bad thing, but it's definitely a thing. Like making announcements that are pre-announcements about announcements that finally become announcements, and then that you eventually get the information. But who knows? Maybe, as I said, this UCM broadcasters meeting, maybe that'll hold the key, hold the answers tomorrow. All right, that's all we got for that. We're going to race through it tonight. We've got QIPS. If you have any questions, insights, provocations, and statements about Upland that we could cover on the show, there's a link to a Google form in the description. Yes, apologies for all the Google forms. I've got an extra one coming as well a bit later on. Make sure you include your in-game name in your submission, and if we use it, you'll win yourself some kind of prize. First up from Serial Quipsar 6 week 6, we've got what's basically a stated opinion. Starts off by saying, in your chat with Mesme, she mentions not realizing everyone would be making map assets. I think it's out of hand that so much of everything is being released. How many different racetracks and different accessories to the tracks do we need? Clearly, there are differences in taste and skill from the designers, but I think there should be some limits, whether it's a cap on each item or a particular design in each city. Maybe that's part of the charm, but it seems overkill to me, meaning 6 weeks. Yeah, I don't know. Anybody else want to chime in on that before I go on a bit of a rant? Is it getting out of control? You're on mute, Swally, in case you don't know.
Yeah, the shit gates opened because I think everybody is just pushing out, hey, you can buy my stuff, and it's all the nicest thing, and say, well, I've seen the same a few seconds ago from another one. And then everybody's complaining about, wow, there are millions of assets, and then the maximum of the items they created themselves are 10,000. This is don't complain if you are riding the same train. So there's some creators who say, okay, I limit my assets to 50 or 100 to keep it something special. That's okay, but all this, hey, I got 10,000 of them. Pay $100 because I need the money for some real life stuff or something. That's it's nothing surprising for me. It's the same I expected. It's the same with the racetracks. They opened the chance that you can get your own speedway metaventure. I just registered my right to the beginning and get with the 10th or 12th speedway approved. And now we have hundreds of hundreds, and most of them aren't used for anything because people just put them on in the hope that they can get some UPX from it.
Yeah. Swally, what were you saying when you were on mute?
I was going to say I've given this a bit of thought recently with my recent dive into Blender. I think the marketplace will sort itself out just like the real world.
Yeah.
If there's people want to create stuff and put it in the game, so be it. The only thing I think we need to have a bit more of is a way to get it out of the game if people don't want it. We are having burning competitions for like block explorers, this and that, and everything else. Maybe we need to start having some sort of burning for map assets that aren't Upland stuff. So basically the crap that's in the game. But I mean, there's an option for everybody and anybody in this game to create something and put it in the game. Now, the good stuff will sell. People will want the good stuff. If you put some quality and effort into stuff, it'll sell. If you've just created a half-baked piece of crap map asset or structural ornament or something, then no one's going to want to buy it, especially if it's overpriced. There are exceptions to that. Like if a map asset registers for the competition for the month, it may have its value just to score you a point for a structural ornament or something. But no, I think let the market sort itself out. If people want to, I will say though, I was surprised when I put my first thing in, which was that fountain, which was given for free ages ago. I put in there for 100,000, thinking, no way Upland will let me have 100,000. But I figured I'll find out what the ceiling is for future reference. So I put it in for 100,000, and sure enough, it got approved for 100,000. I'm like, oh, well, F me. And now I'm seeing other people put in for 500,000 and stuff like that. So I was like, maybe I shortchanged myself. But then again, if I'm selling them for 2,000 UPX each, and I sell all of them for 100,000, I'm going to do it right. So I'm not too stressed. But yeah, I think the marketplace will sort itself out and let people create, let people do it. I think Upland are just making it a little bit too hard sometimes to get stuff into the game.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy still. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you can get in there. But yeah, I think there needs to be some sort of way to get it out of the game too, in terms of like obviously we buy crap and then we work out months later we don't need it in the real world, so we end up taking it to the tip or something.
Yep.
So there needs to be an equivalent in Upland that we can. I don't know what the answer is. I've been thinking maybe if, like in a burn event, if a map asset on average sells for X amount of price, maybe you burn it, you get the value of that on average, like across the whole of Upland. If it's sold 1,000 times, the average price was 100 UpX or 1,000 UpX, then that's the value you get for some sort of burn competition or something. Something along those lines to help clear out the crap. Because then people might buy the crap just to burn it, which is helping everybody, really.
Yeah, absolutely. I tend to agree with most of all that's been said. Back in the day when Cheese and DTech and myself were setting up, planning this, that, and the other thing, we knew exactly where this was headed. It was like, look, we have a small window of opportunity where we're going to front load the masses. Let's get out some quality stuff that we're really happy with and go from there. Because we knew that there was just going to be just an absolute tsunami of just all sorts of stuff. You're right, though. There is people still putting out really high quality stuff. Shout out to Ace696. I just went and picked up one of his Minotaurs early this morning, actually. He's putting out some cool stuff. I know Coach Funk and the Evergreen Lasher team, the Seed Heads, they put out some awesome stuff. There's also, I did see, forgive me, I don't know the details on it, but Matsuda R, I think he just broke the record for the what was it? Some kind of sale he did with a cart was 600,000 UpX because there was
only the
stuff.
600K was paid because they are doing this. You get your interest back, so if it was only the cart, it wouldn't sell for 600K.
There you go.
The value comes from the add-ons to the cart. And nothing special about this NFT. There's the functionality behind the NFT. You buy the card, you get this. What is the passive earnings scheme thing he's doing, or he and his family is doing? I don't know who's involved in this.
Yeah, so it comes to people are looking for a bit more functionality or whatnot. And Lily said in chat too, the problem is people want the better stuff for the cheaper price, and that's always going to happen. Like I was surprised when I was in LA to pick up that stuff from Ace. I was having a look around at some of the other showrooms, and some of the stuff for sale, like a couple of hundred UPX or something. Like, is that even worth your time and effort to move all that crap one at a time? I don't know that it is. So yeah, it's absolutely swamped and inundated. And yeah, you're right. The market will eventually sort that all out. I like your idea, Swally, of the burn mechanics. Imagine putting burn mechanics in the hands of us players ourselves and being able to play with that. You could have like what happens with NFTs, like wax NFTs. You could have, map assets that are backed. Like if I was going to give away 50,000 UpX on a prize, well, maybe I stake that on some kind of map asset, and then the person could choose to keep it or burn it and unlock that UPX, and then that could be something that you could on sell, or who knows? There's miles of ways you could play with that mechanic.
Yeah, so I mean, Upland can already do it. Like, about the fences that I created in the past which didn't work. So I asked Upland to remove them from the factory, and they did, and I had to burn all the ones that I created. So they added that to my, which obviously doesn't exist for all map assets and stuff like that in the game at the moment.
But this is just a switch in the database.
Yeah, exactly right. So they could potentially just turn that on for everything. Maybe make it an extra step in there so you don't accidentally. I mean, you got to already hit 2 or 3 buttons anyway. So to burn something accidentally,
you need to hit 2 or 3 buttons to sell a property for 1 UpX or for 3 UpX instead of $3 So,
well, I've told you the solution to that. Simply, the solution to that is just swap the defaults around. Make the default USD. And you got to change it to UpX if you want an UpX sale, and you'll never ever have an accidental sale ever again. As simple as that. You don't even have to change anything else. It doesn't stop sniping bots, but it'll stop the accidental. Anyway, getting back to the this. So there's no reason why every single item that's introduced in the game doesn't have a burn option. And we already have in the gamified earnings a burning challenge or a burning tick off. So maybe we all have to burn 3 items every season, or maybe we up that as the numbers go up higher. Like maybe Upland can see, there's 4 million or 4 billion map assets, or map assets or whatever now, but we need to start reducing them and giving us incentives like the gamified earning, which is a free way for them to do it. But they could have competitions and stuff like that as well. Competition, like I said, easily just figure out the average sale price of a certain map asset and award that as the point, so to speak. So if you're going to burn something, I could burn thousands of my shit items or one really good item from somebody else. Like, for example, I was talking to Elsac this afternoon, and we're looking at Two Stupid's Grim Reaper's map assets that he's got, which are up there as one of the best, I think, in the game. Maybe not the best, and there's plenty of really good stuff in the game, but they're awesome, which are selling for about 50,000. And I've been umming about buying one for a long time. So there's stuff like that, but you can't get that anymore because they're well above the height restrictions that they've created now for map assets, which is why we're talking about it. And so to burn that would be almost a tragedy, but it's still worth, like he's selling for 50,000 UpX, so it's worth a lot of points if you were to burn it, so to speak. So that's my thought on it.
There's a lot of ways that they could gamify it. Yeah. I did write down as we were talking there. If you want a good insight into some of the quality stuff that is out there, I recommend give Shactalin a follow on X. She's often tweeting out some of the shopping sprees that she's been on. And I know I've seen a couple of the tweets she's put out. I was like, wow, that looks really cool. And I've followed up on some of that stuff and gone and gobbled those up myself. She seems to be really have a finger on the pulse of what's out there and whatnot. So she's definitely worth a follow.
Yeah, but another thing, this burning of NFTs could be some sort of a business model for third party. So you buy something, and if you burn it, you will get the real life item of it or something like this. You say you can buy it in our store here in Upland for UpX or for USD or whatever you want, and then if you burn it, we will enable a process on our webpage to check it out or something like this. I thought about the premium membership for my Upland, something like selling map assets or something like this. So if you have one, you get the premium membership. It would be nice to say, hey, you can. I sell hundreds of them, and if you burn one, you get 30 days premium or something like this. So you can get some some more use cases into something. Maybe this is on the roadmap from Upland, but hey, we are here with patience and many lifetime left.
I thought you were going to drop one of the eventually soon, maybe one day, hopefully.
I thought about it. But I said, hey, not yet. I think there will be enough chances to do it in this.
Yeah.
But speaking of third party, that sounds a little bit, and I won't pretend to understand even remotely what Next World is trying to achieve, because that was just above my head. But it does sound like something that they're trying to introduce, or they're going to try and introduce, is that creating something in the game to then end up with the real life equivalent of, whether it's exactly that or how it works, I don't know. But definitely, I mean, we are heading down a path that could be the future.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting development. I started listening to you and Elslack were interviewing Jay Sawyer, and then I put my fingers in my ears and went, la, 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 la. I need to stop listening to this because, I would imagine I'm going to have a conversation with that crew at some stage as well. Yeah, some of the images that he's shown, like the team behind him, and that just seems absolutely fascinating.
I think it's probably got the potential to be the best second layer thing in the game to date. I'm looking forward to it, and to see that it's only 6 to 8 weeks away, or 5 to 7 weeks now, because I was a week ago. I'm not holding my breath, but yeah, I'm excited, and I don't even remotely understand what was happening or what he was explaining. It just sort of went over my head a little bit, but I heard free alcohol and I was like, okay, that got me back on board. So I am excited, and he was nice enough to give us a map asset to be able to participate. So I'll definitely be doing that with Elslack, and hopefully give some feedback as to what we've learnt from it, and hopefully take it from there. But yeah, as far as burning map assets or burning NFTs for real world gain, definitely heading down that path, I think.
But
Yes,
it's another one of the functionalities already. It's there, but don't open to everyone. Like moving more than one map asset at a time from one lot to another. It's the
automated
functionality is
movements.
implemented. Automate,
Yes.
something like this.
Yes.
But hey, airplanes, hooray, with no functionality.
Yes. Now, if you are interested in the project we've just kind of loosely been talking about, we do have them secured as the sponsor for the following block. So no doubt we'll be getting more information and giving some stuff away as far as that goes as well. So some freebies on the cards if you are an active participant. Now, we're just talking about moving map assets and whatnot. I'll just share a recent frustration that I've had with that, as I dusted off the Samurai Aquatics factory in San Francisco, and it's been currently pumping out the Christmas spirals because I'm going to play around with this big, massive property I got here with a little project. Now, let's take a look at this black Christmas spiral that I've got here. What do we got? It's Christmas Spiral Black, mint number 375. Locate. Where is it? It's on 3911 Almoni Boulevard, which is the factory. No, it's not. You've just seen it's here. So this has happened to me several times before. Maybe Lily can give some insights if this is a common thing for her as well. I've moved this map asset. All of the data says it's not on this property. But it is. I've sent support an email that was, 4 or 5, or actually it might have been last weekend. No word if that's going to be fixed up yet, and it's just here. And now basically that's going to be right in the road, and I can't do what I want to do because, yes, it says it's not there, but it is most definitely there. And you can go in here and rearrange things, and because this one's bugged, it seems to bug out all of the other ones as well. Quite a frustrating little thing there.
I can confirm.
So,
I've
yeah,
only got like 1% of the assets that you have, but I've had that problem happen. Unlike you though, I did send support an email and it was dealt with quite quickly, like within a day or two.
Yeah,
so I think might
they
be luck of the
replied to
draw.
say they were going to look at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's frustrating because I kind of got all motivated to do that little project, and then that kind of kicked me straight in the ass. I'm like, oh well, I've lost all my motivation again. So that was a bit frustrating. Anyhow, that was a good conversation starter there, 6 week 6. Thank you very much for that. We've got another one. Now, this one, Trendy Prop, he posted this one quite a while ago. Now, I do endeavor to go back and finish them off. I mean, sometimes they become defunct because we've moved on or whatever, but this one's still appropriate, especially, as I said, we were just talking about Paris release and the Olympics and whatnot. Trendy Prop starts by asking, I'm wondering why the major European events, UEFA Euro 2024 in Germany and Eurovision Song Contest 2024 in Sweden, have not been considered for event partnerships in Upland. Both events are among the biggest in the world in their respective area, soccer and music, and Europe is certainly an interesting market for Upland. Plus, these events would fit well with Upland. Of course, I am aware that the focus is currently on Sparklet, but such major events should not be missed in the future. Others are jumping on the bandwagon. Fortnite, for example, has implemented the UEFA Euro Battle minigame. In contrast, Upland has had problems in the past integrating the game Ladies Meta Soccer. This shows that there is still a lot of room for improvement in the area of partnerships at Upland. The UEFA Euro 2024 is expected to have an audience of over 2 billion people, and the Eurovision Song Contest 2024 had an audience of over 180 million people. So basically, the crux of that is why or when bigger partnerships? You know all about that football league, Bieleman? Any thoughts, insights on why we didn't get a direct thing there?
I hope they don't do any of this greater things with the football leagues or associations or something like this, because what showed us is there's only to sell stuff. There's no functionality. This is the main reason I'm so upset if they would say, hey, we are partnering with the German Bundesliga, first division in the Germany soccer, or we're taking the next Europe championships or something like this, because I would just think, hey, we can buy packs. There will be passes in it. We will get the spotlight mementos, and we will have a challenge to get some spark from it. So it would be this. I think it would be the same like the last one. So it's okay if they say we partner with them, but then you have to partner and you have to deliver something and not just sell stuff. Yeah. I know. Okay, these Panini soccer cards you have to buy for a few cents or for $1 or $2, and you get this package with 5 you don't know, and it's the same thing in the real life. But this can't be it, because we are in Web3. There are so many possibilities and so many ideas and so many stuff, and they are burning the people with this, because I was really interested in this, but I just thought, okay, no, now with the women's, they will change it, but the women's was the same shit like the last one. Oh, you could complete a collection if you have something from the first packs too. So you have to, you can make money with it. There are some players who made good profits with it. It's okay, but there should be some functionality with this stuff. There are 1.1 million essential legends from soccer with no functionality other than dusting around in the asset tabs or used as burners. But it shouldn't be the intended use for this stuff.
Yep. Swiley, any thoughts on that yourself?
Not really. Nothing to add to that. No.
No. I think Bieleman's hit the nail on the head there in several regards. It's one thing to chase these sort of partnerships, but my kind of opinion on it was Upland. Well, let's give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they had done everything that they could on their end, but kind of like what we saw with the ladies' meta soccer stuff. It may be the case where the other party concerned is just not pulling their weight, or maybe that's not the deal they signed up for, or I don't know. I mean, I always kind of
there
refer
was
back
no
to
partnership. It was just Upland was allowed, from my view. I don't know the background. They were allowed to use the name. They're licensing them.
Yeah.
But if you take a look at the FIFA website or somewhere where you would expect a partnership or promoter to just say, hey, we partnered with Upland, and not Upland saying we partnered with FIFA, because it was only an advertisement campaign in Upland for the FIFA stuff and nothing right around. So if I heard the Olympics and the first rumors about Paris, I just digged into the Olympic pages and just thought, okay, maybe there's somewhere the word Upland, but nothing. So if there will be something special for the Olympics, place with selling the runners' boots or whatever, I will not participate in it, because it's when it's released, it's this one way just to promote Olympia in Upland and not promote Upland with Olympia. No advertisement in stadiums on all this
that
walls
might
or
be
something.
too far, but even like we talked about that previously, not even having a clickable banner on the FIFA website or something like that. Yeah, it was just completely one-sided. So, so would it be worth to do that just to basically? Yeah, you're right. It'd just be something else to sell us that's going to have who knows when functionality, who knows when, possibly never, maybe never.
The ladies' meta soccer was the first thing I thought, hey, it's a bit soccer related, besides this world of football where you could have, okay, there are these discs playing football, not the little players. So this meta soccer was the first one where you can say, okay, I can use some of the football stuff here. I don't want a FIFA 25 where I can wear my Upland Legends while I play the game or something like this. This is expected too much at the point now. But we are, as a developer, we are able to use this stuff, but only the stuff not from licensing partners. So it's the same for the stock car. They could do so much with the stock car partnership if it's a real partnership.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think Trendy, I think the general consensus there is we'd love to see more big partnerships come on board, but there has to be more to the story. It can't just be more of the same.
It has to be
I
a
think
partnership, not a licensing deal.
Yeah.
Real partnership.
Yeah.
Where you can say both partners will profit in one of the things.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you both for that. You've got yourself 10,000 UpX after fees. And Swally, I just realized that probably the reason you couldn't post the link in the YouTube chat was because it's not, it's the live stream that I've set up. I don't know, maybe other people can't post links. So I've just posted that in there. So people should be able to click that now. And the hashtag was Cryptoad. All right, let's move on. So what are we up to? Dynamic node builders, getting to know community members in this week's Getting to Know Communities Megment. My gosh, I can't talk tonight. Segment, care of Mesme and the other members of the Dynamic Node Builders team. They're featuring Umbrella Boy, who is currently an executive with a net worth of just over 15.6 million UpX. He's got 471 properties and 27,460 Sparklet. Still not used to saying that. His home residence is in the Bronxdale neighborhood of Detroit, which if you go and check that out, you'll clearly see that is set up and managed by Morcheese. Of course, Umbrella Boy is also a former sponsor of the show. So if you are looking for that special structure ornament that will delight and horrify your neighbors, or you're just a discerning eyeball connoisseur or eyeball curious, Umbrella Boy's Eye Showroom is your one-stop shop for all your eyeball structure ornament needs. Feast your eyes on what's currently on offer at 17273 Woodbine Street in the Eye neighborhood of Detroit. Bit of a free plug there for Umbrella Boy. I use those exclusively for the the earnings sort of thing you got to do. I love his stuff. I think it looks really cool. Right, let's do a sneaky peeky and see what is going on in Umbrella Land. I think this is the one, Umbrella Boy, yes. 15.6 million net worth, current balance just under $1 million. Nicely done. What's he got going on? It's a very steady graph, really, there, isn't it? Look, properties net worth is well above the mint net worth from fairly early on. So that usually signifies some kind of node action, or it might be with his meta ventures. It might be buying, factories or showrooms or who knows that properties. Property count itself is pretty stable and seems to be climbing. So pretty committed player there, that seems to be. All right, we'll jump on over and have a look at his responses. In-game name, Umbrella Boy, as we said, Uplander since March 2021, so been around for quite a while. Been to Vegas, yes. Bucket list, own a pinball machine. Be a bit of fun. Famous fact about where you live, US city with the most donut shops. Oh, boy. And probably, no, I won't say that. Celebrity you know the most about, Tom Waits. Guilty pleasure, Haribo Sour Gummy Bears. Oh, yeah, you can't eat one of those, can you? Most common internet search history, cookie recipes. If you could start a charity, aphantasia research and awareness. Never do again, play Jenga. What? There's got to be a story there. Most helpful thing you own, a digital scale. Okay. And 3 Uplanders you chat with regularly, Shaktalin. Of course, as far as the, what is it called? The bloody horror node? I'm blanking on what is that called? Creedwood Hub, yes. Joe Lives.
Creedmoor.
Creedmoor, sorry, not Creedwood. RDP Pfeiffer as well. So, yes, good on you, Umbrella Boy.
Two things. Firstly, Umbrella Boy got some fantastic structural ornaments, stuff like that, so definitely check them out. Eye candy is one of my favorite. Second of all, I think I know where you're going when you're talking about the donuts, and I'm very glad you didn't.
Yes, all right. Why can't you end us, Wally? Is that because you already entered, maybe, when you were doing the tests for me?
Maybe, but I did do it twice then, remember? So I don't know. I don't care.
Huh.
Just I'm more
All right,
worried about if there's issues with it. So
Yeah. Oh, well. We'll see how we go. We'll work it out at some stage. I'll patch you in manually. All right, so that was Umbrella Boy. If you'd like to get yourself involved, or if you know somebody who the community might be interested in learning a bit more about, then send me or any of the other dynamic node builders a DM, or click the link to the DMB Discord server, which is in the description. Say good day and tell them the UDU podcast sent you. As I said, did have another chat with Mesme. I last spoke to her it was probably a couple of years ago as part of the Wine and Cheese in the Metaverse show. Great to catch up with her again. She's got lots of awesome insights and opinions about all things Upland. All right, a few more things to touch on before we go to the giveaways. Well, actually, this is kind of information giveaway stuff. If you have been paying attention the last couple of weeks, you would know that I was doing a Midtown Terrace sales survey. We recently completed stage 2 of that. So thank you to everybody who took part in stage 2 of that sales survey. Even though I hadn't announced any prize details to go with it, your input was invaluable and very much appreciated in helping me to set up how we could go about the big final 3-stage survey to finally determine the node manager sale price in the Genesis node. I put my thinking cap on and I managed to come up with a set of prizes for that. So everybody that took part in that is going to roll for a chance to win a set of 5 mystery map assets, 50,000 UpX after fees, and I'm going to give away another townhouse property, 289 Glenview Drive. Before we do that, I'm all about that obnoxious transparency. So let's go to... Maybe I'll go here and jump over. That's the easiest way. This one. So yes, if you got no idea what I'm talking about, I did put a video out about this, and I think it was yesterday or last night I put out this. I have an announcement. The Midtown Terrace Stage 2 survey is now closed. So we had a bunch of people that took part in that. They all offered their suggestions for, like Disco says and Trendy Prop did here, 3 options for each of the 4 categories that we had. So that gave me a whole crap ton of data. What did I do with that data? I could have passed it all myself and played around with it, but I patched it straight into ChatGPT with a few prompts. If you're interested in how I went about that, I've outlined all of the prompts and the responses and what I did there in the contest channel of the NBA server, link in the description. And from that, it basically spat out some options that we're now going to go with for stage 3. Now, I did have that up. Here it is here. This one here. So now this has been live. There, as you can see, 12 people have already responded. I did put the link out in the MVA server as a bit of a heads up. But yeah, there's a link in the description for this. So this is the 3rd and final stage, basically taking that data, and then this is kind of a final vote mechanics. So for one small townhouse in Midtown Terrace, the options for UPX are 50,000, 65,000, 80,000, and then there's an option for USD. And then there's also 2 categories for the 3 townhouse neighborhood collection set. Now, don't forget this figure is per property. I was a bit surprised at how high that was, actually. Myself, personally, as the node manager, I'm not super happy with how high that is. I'd like that to be a little bit lower, but I did say I was going to put it out of my hands and into the hands of the public. So, there's other people who perhaps they have properties in that area themselves and they don't want the floor to fall too far. So, yep, fully respect that as well. So that's all going to be in there. All right, so now I believe... No, it's not that wheel. Where is the bloody wheel? Did I get that one ready? Maybe I didn't get that one ready. Unless I closed it. All right, we'll do it here. Wheel of Namsh. So thank you for everybody who did get involved in that. Not that one. Where is it? Midtown Terrace Residence. I think that was it here. TB 125. Yeah, this is it here. All right, so I'm going to roll this 1, 2, 3 times. The first time is going to be the 5 mystery map assets, and that goes to... Angry's just missed it. Maui's got it. Congratulations, Maui. 5 mystery map assets on the way to you. I'll be in contact DM for you. Next one, I believe, what did I say? 50,000 UPX after fees. And that goes to Angry's just missed it again. I should have shuffled it, shouldn't I? Crypto Fam 920. Crypto Fam 920. Congratulations, 50,000 UPX on the way for you. And the final one is the Midtown Terrace property with a townhouse build already on it, ready to go. And that goes to Jazzy Jazz might have it. Live Star Jazzy Jasmine. Congratulations, Jazz. All right, so that was that one. Let me get out of there and work out what I'm doing. So yeah, it was a bit convoluted. Sorry, I had that competition going as well as the regular weekly competition, so it was a bit of a mess in the poor old contest channel of the NBA server, but we managed to get through it. So last week's challenge for that was to get yourself in the contest channel within the NBA server. Let us know what your most anticipated feature or event is and why, as far as some of the things we speculated that was coming up with Upland. Just the basics on that: 10,000 UPX after fees and a 5,000 UPX bonus prize. So that's what that other wheel was. Oh, Jazzy's on. Well done, Jazz. That's this one, I believe. Assuming I haven't completely flogged that up. But so this one's for the 10,000 UPX after fees. And that goes to Pet Slots. Just missed it. Brabant Swiss. Congratulations. 10,000 UPX on the way for you. And that brings us to the bonus. The 5,000 UPX bonus goes to Cernes4, who said, now this one struck a chord with me. He said the non-property stuff is what he's most looking forward to. The non-property stuff like totems and layer 2s and airplanes are all things not too much my cup of tea. That's what kind of registered with me. I'm more looking forward to property development to feel more like owning virtual real estate with real-world applications and real businesses entering the metaverse to sell real things in real life. If you can hear me saying real, that's because you've got it in all caps. I want Upland to feel more like something that is also real and not just a game. The more that Upland applies real things to Upland, the more folks will feel that this is a platform environment and not just a game. Yeah, I think, what did you just say, Buellerman, about in-game stuff as well? I caught the side of something of that in chat. What was that about? Another thing I stumbled on, interior decorations.
Maybe they announce tomorrow the interior decorations because this Sparklet me thing from, I don't know who's the owner. He just teased something, and I heard it from different places over the last weeks that there is something coming, and first designers are invited to think about. So maybe they release something like this tomorrow.
There you go. Yeah, that could be something completely out of left field.
So
nice one.
Another category for dumping millions and millions and millions of NFTs in.
Well, it's funny you say. Well, yeah, it's funny you say that. I have been buying up the floor of a particular Upland NFT on wax because I kind of like the idea of just kind of almost like wallpapering a property in Upland with these. Maybe I can just show that quickly. Oh, no, I won't show it because then everyone's going to buy up the floor. No, I'm not going to show that. Although you could probably work it out anyway.
Show.
So, yeah. No show. I'll just say to Brabant Swiss's entry was Sparklet is exciting to me, and I hope the price won't be too low so I can cash out a bit. Still hoping for something more for collection props and props in general to come this year. Yep. Yes. All right. So that was last week's challenge. Now, this week's challenge, that's to click the link to that Midtown Terrace survey, stage number 3. The Google form will be in the contest channel within the NBA server. It's going to be in the description for the show. I will be spamming that here, there, and everywhere. I want as much input on that as possible. Obviously, the more people who vote, the more robust the data is, yada, yada, yada. So expect to see that here, there, and everywhere. Do not sleep on this one. Don't leave it to the last minute. This is going to be a pretty massive bag of prizes. The first one is going to be a set of 5 mystery map assets. Next one, 5,000 UPX after fees. Another one, 10,000 UPX after fees. Another one, 50,000 UPX after fees. Another one, 100,000 UPX after fees. And the big one, 3 chances at winning a Genesis Node Midtown Terrace property already built with the townhouse. So I kind of, maybe I'll get your thoughts on this. I've tossed and turned on this. Should I do that final prize as one person wins the 3 collection set, or do I do it as 3 separate ones? What do you reckon?
You're asking me. I'm always about more winners, more people winning, so you make 3 people happy instead of 1. That's my
Yeah, Leban says the same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it may be hard to get your set completed then because you need to buy stuff, and but I'm too on the side. More winners, more fun, more excitement.
More winners. Yeah, Joe says more winners too. Yeah, all right, we'll stick with that. So there's going to be 3 of those to give away as well. So that will be 297 Glenview Drive, 894 Burnett Avenue, and 890 Burnett Avenue. So yes, there's, like I said, it'll take me a while to get that data sorted out. So it'll be up for at least 4 or 5 days. It might not be up for the full week that we usually do the weekly challenge. So don't sleep on that one. All right, and that brings us up. Let me close some of these horrendous tabs. Now, I thought I was going to have oh, there, look, I just found the Midtown Terrace wheel there. It's got it squirreled away in the wrong place. Not that one, not the one. Let me get out of there. Now, assuming I've done the right thing here, and all of the spamming the live participant links that didn't really work, but it kind of worked. I'm going to give this new bloody double wheel a go, although you wouldn't believe it. I set all this up before we got kicked off live, had it all looking nice and neat, and then I went to save it and it didn't save, so I wasn't real happy about that. So it's not exactly perfect. Now, Leban, you said you're in here multiple times. I'll take that one out because you don't have the hashtag in there.
Yeah, I'm doubled too because I
Cryptoad.
Cryptoad, you know.
Cryptoad. That's right. That's not so. That's just a bit of fun, bit of extra stuff.
Maybe you should sort by name first, and then check for double entries, and then.
Oh, aren't you clever? Yes, and I got to patch Swelling.
Another 2, Maui 2.
In there. Oh, Leban's in there bloody 5 times. I'll put Swell in there. All right. Hopefully we didn't miss anybody. It doesn't look like it. Oh, Kinda's just jumped in late. Anybody else who's jumped in? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Whoa, where am I going? And here we go. Nobody in chat. Private. I'm in twice now. Yeah. All right. We'll run with that. So here we go. Now, I like this wheel because you can do it twice at once. Look at this. Woo. Thanks for the inspiration, D-Tech. And the winner. It's amazing how often that happens. It's freaking incredible. Congratulations. You've won a mystery map asset.
Okay.
Jesus.
So reminder for me next time, just hop in as
right at the last second.
As problem.
Bloody hell. That's freaking unbelievable. What's the hashtag? Yeah, it doesn't matter, mate. You won. It's all good. Yeah, that was something we tried to set up. It didn't really work. We'll get there eventually, but not tonight. All right. Unless anybody else has anything. Soon. Hey, there we got it. We got one.
1 hour and 20 minutes.
We got one. Nice. A lunch shot. Get it in you. Yeah, unless anybody else has anything to spam and shill, I'm going to try and get out of here and get this all uploaded as soon as possible so I can get to bed as soon as possible and get up at 3:30 a.m. to find out what that UCM broadcasters meeting is all about. All right, all good. All the best with your recovery, Swally Man. Half dead from, I was going to say swine flu, but it's even worse than that. It's man flu.
Man flu, it's renamed a couple of years ago.
Yes. All right. And thank you for your insights as well, Bueller Man. And thanks to everybody that helps keep the show kicking along, taking part in everything, especially like the QIPS and that. Sometimes it seems like there's not that much involved in what you've got to say, but like we've seen tonight, some little questions, insights, provocations, and statements really can set off some really good conversations. So good on you. Yeah, get your entries in because I've got no qualms whatsoever. I'll give 6 weeks, 10,000 UPX every single week. But yeah, if you want a piece of that action, you got to click the link in the description and put a little bit of effort in. The band says everybody needs to enter next week as the band. Hey, cheeky bugger. Yeah. All right. On that note, a reminder that if you are in a time zone that fits in with the Thursday night live streaming schedules of us starting at 7 p.m. AST and you'd like to get yourself involved, the link to the weekly podcast will always be dropped in the NBA server about 15 minutes before the show starts. That invitation extends to any of the channel's podcast productions. So if you have an Upland NFT or Metaverse product, service, or event to promote, then send me, Ben68, a DM or get yourself in the NBA server, which is linked in the description. I've got another interview booked for early Saturday my time. That should be a really fascinating chat as well. Like I said, if you haven't checked out the Mesme interview yet, definitely do that. She's got lots of great insights into buying, selling, trading on the markets. And don't forget to check out Wanderer 1976's Neo Decor Showroom and Factories MetaVenture to spruce up your Upland properties with some really awesome virtual goods. Links for everything covered in the show, including the sponsors showroom locations, are in the description, of course. All the best with everything you've got going on the week, and we shall catch you later.